I've been a fan of our next guest for many years. And it's not just the music. I love the clever way he tells stories through his songs. Now, he's kind of bringing that sharp writing to the Peanuts gang in Snoopy Presents a Summer Musical, the first Peanuts musical in over 30 years. He's the Emmy-nominated composer and producer behind the special, and he joins us today. Let's welcome Mr. Ben Folds. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Good to be here.
All right, so this is the first Peanuts musical in 35 years. What excited you most about being part of such a milestone project?
Well, I mean, I love being able to write inside a character. I love that it doesn't have to be me. And because that's what I normally do. But I really see enough of myself in Charlie Brown, and that's the voice that I was writing for in this. I wrote the three Charlie Brown songs essentially. And yeah, I mean, what's exciting to me is just to have a world and an inspiration that's thoughtful to sit inside, and the Peanuts is a thoughtful and I won't say slow, but it's not, it's not such an incredibly caffeinated world.
And the story, it captures the magic of summer camp and friendships that come with it. How did you approach writing songs that fit into that world?
Well, they're very grown-up thoughts. You know, the first song I pick up writing the songs from the third song out, and that finds Charlie Brown in quite a hole. He's bummed because camp is going to be no more. They're going to mow it down so they can put some malls up, and he's coming to grips with that. So, I mean, anything that is, you know, rather disappointing or sentimental, he's reflecting on all that was before, how much time had been spent by so many generations before. He's mature enough to get and really understand it. And he's also mature enough to think about how he will see things when he's 50, 60 years old. So that's what I put in the song. I just allowed him to be everywhere from 10 to 60 years old inside the song. I mean, that's some freedom.
Well, he is the first kid that does have a pretty solid midlife crisis constantly, so I do like
Completely.
that.
That's exactly him. Yeah.
And you've had such a wide career from performing and touring and producing. How different was it creating music for these like iconic characters?
I grew up with it, so it's like creating for me. Like that's it's creating for me without having to be completely my story. And you know, I've made a lot of albums, and they're generally about me.
Yeah.
So it's great. It's like using the chops that you get by writing a lot of songs, but also uh, I was able to be inspired by it because I was inspired by the story. And I know that kids think about things very deeply because I know that I did, and you know that you did. And when we give them something to think about, it don't write down to them, and that was a great, that's a great part of it. You don't always remember not to write down to people if you're writing, like kind of more broader pop sense. Um, I don't know if it's quite as clear that your audience is always as intelligent, but with kids, my assumption is they understand everything.
I kind of feel that too. How much pressure is there for such a major project and iconic character? Is there a lot of pressure
I
there?
didn't find it pressuresome, really. I found it easier because everything is excellent. The story is excellent. The animation is gorgeous. It's a world that we all know. There's no question about where you are. So
Mm.
I would find it pressuresome if I had to orient myself into a world that I didn't understand. And I might have to go back to the writers and say, what the hell does this mean? But that wasn't the case with this. This was like everyone was on the same page, and the page was initially, the architect was Charles Schultz, and it was a brilliant piece of art that keeps making itself again. So
I think you're the perfect pick for this story. So thank you very much for being part of that. You can catch Snoopy Presents a Summer Musical streaming now on Apple TV Plus. Gather the family, grab some popcorn, and sing along with Snoopy and the gang. Ben Folds, thanks for joining me with this morning.
thank you.